It's Friday. Nico, you were with me all last weekend. Did I have a day off?
No, not that I saw.
It's been 14 days straight, and my focus is starting to waver. You know how you can tell? At arm's length. At the tip of my fingers. 3 times today, Nico. 4 yesterday. Also, the phone charging over here, going on YouTube. I'm doing less and less work and more slacking off. That's what happens when the work week gets too long, 14 days for instance, and I need a vacation. So the vacation starts now. By vacation, I mean I get a weekend. I get what normal people usually take every week. That's my vacation. It begins now. I got Nico here. I'm gonna go get some food, and we're gonna train some Brazilian jiu-jitsu. I look like I can play guitar a lot better than I actually can. If you just saw me on stage, just like... you'd be like, oh, that guy looks like he belongs in the band. But then I get playing, and it's... I don't need to do a Sid Vicious thing. Just have somebody else play behind the curtains. All right, Nico, you ready for jiu-jitsu?
Yeah.
Nico, he didn't bring the proper gi, and he's coming to my gym. So I've got 2 choices of gi for you to wear here. Got the JT Torres tatami. Really, really nice. Look at this. Different shoulder designs. Asymmetric. That's hip. That'll get you respect on the mat. And secondly, Randy's Sex Shop. What do you think?
I thought black gis weren't allowed.
They're not allowed.
I would wear that one in a heartbeat.
And that sounds like some shitty joke we're making. No black gis allowed. They get lower scores on their... That's not what we're talking about. Jiu-jitsu tradition dictates that you only can wear a white or a blue gi. So that's what we're doing. Wearing white and blue gis.
Why the blue, though? I feel like black would be more respectable.
No, white and blue. That was the traditional colors from the Kambachas in the 90s. Just making stuff up, I don't know. Leo's cat peed in here, and I think one of our roommates who moved out took the only vacuum in the house, so there's just going to be baking soda mixed with cat piss on the floor forever, as far as I'm concerned.
I was wondering what that was.
You want to snort it up, Nico?
Nope.
Rajtek Ralph will come over here and snort it.
I didn't bring spats. They don't require that, do they?
Do you have a rash guard?
Yeah, I have a rash guard.
We're good. No spats needed. I'm not sure what spats are.
The legging rash guard.
You don't need leggings.
All right.
Yeah, we'll see how much we can actually film inside the gym, because I don't want everybody to know where I train jiu-jitsu, because who knows what's going to happen. Some kid with like 600 subscribers on YouTube's going to come in and like try to spray silly string on me. Could you see that happening, Nico? This
100%.
guy? Yeah.
Maybe not even a fan, dude. Just some asshole.
Yeah, and then he'd have to deal with some people who probably fuck him up in there. So long term, it wouldn't be a good play, but it would be annoying for like the first minute that person was in there. What else do we need?
It's dark.
Get the belt. Look at this thing.
Sorry. This thing's a piece of shit, dude.
It's almost shed its purpleness entirely and become a black serpent. It's almost become a black belt.
Is that how it works?
That's how it works. I'm going to skip brown. My purple's going to shed its purple and become black. I was really screwing people up the last couple of weeks. Purple belts snapping their necks, brown belts tending to catch them here and there too. But then I went into competition class at noon the other day and just got stomped on by brown belts. So my confidence is low. Nico might be able to take advantage of that. We'll see. Let's get some pre-jiu-jitsu food though, huh, Neeks?
I'll have a snack, but generally I can't have, with my fatness now, I can't have a full stomach when I go into a jiu-jitsu.
You gonna throw up over my mats?
I know I usually run outside.
You gonna throw up at my gym?
I don't know, dude. This is gi. This is way different. I was watching a lot of gi YouTube, and there's so many more grips and bullshit.
Yeah, it's tough. Gi people, you get arthritis in the fingers just because everything's grip. My knuckles are all puffed up. This one was open for a week. And I've got tape that I'm going to tape them up when I get there. But yeah, everything. The wrists, the elbows, the lapels, the pant legs, everything, the belt, everything's grippable. So it more realistically simulates a street fight out in public, where a guy's got on a light jacket and a pair of jeans. Gets used to grabbing that. That's what it is. Nico trains without a gi, which is cool. I just think it's less fun. That's my primary reason for not training no gi. And also, I like advancing through the belt system, a traditional martial art. No gi, that doesn't happen. But also, a no-gi fight is really only applicable if you're at the beach and the guy's lathered up in suntan lotion wearing a Speedo. That's the only time in a street fight where you're really gonna have no grips available. Like the gay pride parade might be number 2.
Or if you're in a three-way and you and the guy get into a fight.
Yeah, that's true. There's a lot of lube flying around that'll simulate sweat. That's a good point. Nico, we got your gi, we got my gi. This will be fun. Put your camera down real quick. I'm going to show you a technique on this carpet. This is what I want you to do tonight, Nico. This is the best technique in all of jiu-jitsu.
So for what you're doing.
Pull, bro. Make it the jiu-jitsu. You grab a sleeve. You make the wrist. Take it back. No, this is the technique. This is seriously my single favorite technique in jiu-jitsu. I've been taken down. It's looking grim. The guy might be throwing punches at me, but I'm gonna grab control of his sleeve with my right hand over top. I'm gonna loop in with my left hand. No matter what he does here, I've got control of this wrist. Even if I'm wearing a gi or a jacket and he's grabbing me, I'm gonna punch up, punch down, and then from here, I can do a number of things. Try to come into me, Nico. You're just giving to yourself. But I can kick over and take him to mount. Or I can elbow up and come to the back. The premise here, I've used this actually in a street fight too. And the guy was shirtless. I still made it work. I just took him over here. The idea here is if I get up and out, Nico has nothing on this side of his body to stop me from sweeping him or just climbing to his back. For me personally, I usually like to sweep. Come into me, Nico. He's coming into you to try to regain his balance, and I use that against him. Or if he doesn't, if he just balls up, I elbow out, and I'm on him. And then from here, whack, 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 whack.
That's the worst.
Knife hand in, grab that gi. Yeah.
All right, rolling.
You got it?
Yep.
See, that's Nico's car, a complete piece of garbage. And it's really false advertising, Nico, that your key ring has this on it.
That's the key, though.
If you were a dick, you'd flash this around in bars and get girls' pussies going, and then walk them out into the parking lot and watch their dreams evaporate. I'm surprised that thing still has this kind of a modern key, like ignition key. What were you saying? You can talk. You can talk to me all the time in this vlog. This is not a Nico shut your mouth style vlog, which is most of them, but not this one.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say when I was single and going out, even though I would drive to dates, I would tell the girls I Ubered because I didn't want them to see the car that I fucking drove, and I'd park like 4 restaurants down.
Yeah, the comedian Whitney Cummings, whether or not she's a funny comedian, I'm not gonna debate that right now, but she used to say that she drove such a nice car, when she would go on dates with guys, she did the same thing for the opposite reason. Her car was so nice she didn't want to emasculate dudes. You didn't want to emasculate yourself with that bucket of bolts from the 90s.
Oh yeah, they wouldn't understand.
What year is that car?
That one's a 1999.
Wow. It's really so much more dramatic that it's 99. Even if it was a month or two difference in production, it being from the 90s is dramatic. Isn't that nuts? You and I both lived in the 90s, but that's a time where computers were just giant squares with screens this big.
You had to put in a disc to get it to work and shit.
Yeah, and they had floppy disks, and they had blue screens, and they went beep, 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 beep.
The startup. Remember how long it took to start shit up, and you have to press like end. At least on mine, you press like end.
It sounded like a collective zoo dying every time you signed on to the internet. It sounded like every animal at the zoo dying at once. Do you remember the dial-up noise?
Yeah.
Okay, because you were young. I was young for the dial-up noise.
I was young, but my dad has always been into computers.
Film them. We'll talk about them in a second. This pisses me off.
It's a COVID testing place.
Yeah, it pisses me off. I'll say one in a second. Continue, though.
Oh, but yeah, so I'm just super used to computers because my dad's been using them since they like fucking began. So.
Dial-up. What was dial-up? Dial-up makes it felt like, in my memory at least, like you were calling up a chick you were trying to hook up with, and whether or not the hookup was going to be successful was like up to this computer, like the noise it made. Fuck you. Oh shit, no internet today. Like you had to like try to get onto the internet, and if the internet didn't want to spread its legs, no AOL.com for you.
Hey.
We're going to get some food right now. My favorite place in LA maybe to eat. On the affordable side of things, there are really expensive places that I'd probably rather go out to eat, but we're going to a nice cheap place to get a clean meal before jiu-jitsu. Oh yeah, the people in the line over there. Omicron is the common cold. So why do these people, if they are positive, if they are as positive can be, the advice the physician's going to give them is just go home and rest. It's like, so why aren't they just going home and resting if they feel sick? Does lining up like you're lining up for a new pair of Jordans like help you get over COVID quicker? I feel like that's detrimental to their health.
Could be.
That's all you got on that one, Nico?
I mean, you know me, you should, even the previous variants, you shouldn't get tested. It's just crazy how now the custom is, if you're sick, you don't go out. Do you remember how many times you showed up to work and everything just fucking with the flu and you were dealing with people's food and shit?
I never did that because any excuse I had would not go to work. But yeah, certainly with a cold. With a cold, absolutely. Speaking of going to work sick, that entire Alaska video we shot, which is one of my favorites of last year, both for the fun we had behind the scenes and also the quality of the video that came out. I was really sick before that one, remember?
Mm-hmm.
And while we were shooting it, I was slamming Dayquil.
Forgot about that.
Look at this. Fucking, there's a tent. There's just a full-on tent right next to a yuppie coffee shop. And you know, the owner of the store is like, well, he's our unhoused neighbor. It's not in my position to go out there and make him move from the sidewalk. He has every right to be here just like I do. But eventually that's going to start affecting business.
That's how Hitler came to power.
You've extrapolated that a long way, Nico, but I'm going to go with it. That coffee shop owner is allowing the next Hitler to come to power. And the next Hitler is inside that tent. He's black, believe it or not. It's Black Hitler, but he's going to kill a lot of people, maybe even more. 6.25 million.
So his name would be Hitler.
Nico's gonna... You gotta be careful what you say around Nico because it might turn into a stand-up joke. You should go watch, by the way, Leo's new video, Behind the Scenes, Fattest Town in America. Nico does a bunch of stand-up at a bar in that video. This, as of right now, and it changes a lot, is my favorite place to chill in LA. See this view? Now, there are downsides. There's no bathroom. I was here a few Sundays ago, enjoying a nice Phil's coffee, doing a little bit of writing, and I had to piss, and with no bathrooms, I'm not gonna hold it, go make a legitimate purchase at a store and use their bathroom. I'm not gonna do that. So I pretended I was on a business call on my phone. Yeah, you know what? If we can get the merchandise to me by the 31st, that would be ideal. The reason being we have to ship by the 1st. I'm over there just talking nonsense with my cock out, making a puddle, and I think I get away with it. I'm making my getaway, but then this door over here opens. Out comes the security guard. He's got eyes on me for the rest of my writing. I saw him in his walkie-talkie too, so I had to flee. That's number one that sucks. Also, there's a lot of competition for these booths. They're coveted. Over there's a bum, and he's passed out, and so I'll never use that booth again because it's got bum juice.
So it's probably on these ones too, but it's sort of like if you go into a bathroom stall right after you see a big fat guy leaving, you're disgusted and you don't want to be in there. But if you walk into an empty stall in an empty bathroom, you have no problem using a secondhand shitter. It's the visuals that hurt. So that one's off. And yeah, basically it all comes back to bums. It's the primary problem in LA. And a lack of pissers, which is because of bums. You can't have public restrooms because the bums use them to shoot up. This is a Cobb salad from Mendocino Farms, my favorite spot. I think they left the dressing off. Nico went in there without a mask, going like this, which I don't think they liked. And then also they asked us for Vax cards, and we were like, oh, we're not eating inside, which let them know we aren't compliant, so I think they stiffed me.
Is that what she asked you for?
Yeah, she asked me for a Vax card.
Oh, sorry, I was lost in the covering my face with my shirt. I did not know that's what she said.
And it takes a lot of energy, doesn't it, Nico?
It does.
It takes focus. It's not easy to cover your face with your shirt. And thank God you did. You saved lives in there. What? We're about to go into a jiu-jitsu gym where a bunch of sweaty people are going to be breathing directly. I mean, they might as well be shotgunning their breath into your nostrils. Now you can shotgun a hit into a girl's mouth.
Yeah.
When you're smoking weed. Yeah, they're shotgunning their COVID-y breath up your nostrils in my jiu-jitsu gym, and nobody gives a fuck. It's an undercover operation.
I think I have gotten other people's sweat in my mouth at some point.
Well, tonight you're going to be getting my jizz in your mouth.
Ah.
So, you gotta get comfortable with that idea. Secondhand fluids. And I'm gonna keep eating my meal. You know this intersection well. A lot of carnage is taking place at that restaurant. It's mostly that restaurant. Poor public school has felt the wrath of the regime. What do you think is the gnarliest stunt we've ever pulled in this part of town?
In this part of town?
Yeah.
Dude, these questions are so hard because of how many times we filmed that I have to go back catalog.
I'm gonna go through some right now. Fake busboy prank, me bussing a table while smoking a Black and Mild with my shirt open. That's all I have to say about it, and that's already funny. Just to go in and bust a table while smoking. That one's good. The Native American Inland Iggy thing from the porn video. You, Playboy, wearing a MAGA hat in a dress, blacked out. That's your favorite, right?
I don't remember any of it.
You don't remember being here for that?
No, dude, I remember like shooting the first sequence and then fucking around over kind of...
Talk a little louder so they can hear
where
you.
Westwood is, that's all I remember is being over there.
Were you able to watch that video back?
Never did.
You never watched that video?
Not past the intro, no.
Oh my God.
I'm not gonna fucking
Nico,
watch
you're
it.
depriving yourself of pleasure.
The intro is pleasurable enough.
You
Seeing-
grappling Inland Iggy in a moving car?
I saw that clip.
What about you with the women, huh?
No.
What about you getting stopped, or all of us getting stopped by the police?
No.
That's in front of the studios they actually shot The Wizard of Oz at, just right over here. And then this is the hotel where the Munchkins stayed. Culver Hotel. Beautiful right now. Yeah, that whole video came to me in a flash when I was at a Trader Joe's that's right around here. And then they had a big mural painted in the store saying that in 1938, the movie was filmed. I think it was filmed in 38. It came out in 39. And that's one of the beautiful things about doing what we do in Los Angeles is you get ideas like that, and 5 minutes from your house, a movie is epic and is universally recognized as The Wizard of Oz was filmed, so you get to make a little something of it. And it helps if you have a cameraman who's a hilarious drunk, and you can just make him cross-dress. Some chicks were pissed you were wearing a MAGA hat.
I don't doubt it, dude.
It's crazy that people react to something like that as if you're going around wearing a cape with a big swastika on it.
That's all they see, man.
Want to cruise around? Maybe we can cruise downtown? We should cruise to another place we filmed at, Skid Row, where Leo famously admitted to sucking one dick one time and two gentlemen refused to talk to him anymore. Remember that?
Which video was that one?
That was Woo-Ha the Bat. Bat soup during coronavirus.
I didn't film that one.
That was Ian, huh?
Yeah.
You did help with the Woo-Ha scene, though.
Yeah, it's down south.
Woo-Ha the fucking bat. That could be, somebody should buy that course off me. That's a really good course.
NFT it, dude.
NFT.
NFT it.
motherfucking bats. Corona clings to every ball, just like plague clings to rats. All right, let's go.
Dramatic walk-off.
I like it. Keep going.
Oh my god. There's kids.
There's so
here.
many children.
There's children.
Should we go talk to my neighbor? You know Swolby won Kenobi in my videos? I don't know if you know. He kind of looks like him right now.
He does.
Kind of looks like Swolby won. He's been getting laid a lot, so that's
Not facts.
That's a compliment. He's been on fire.
What
He's
about
taking.
cigar? What about cigar?
You don't want to look like cigar guy. You don't want to be like
Gabe-
cigar guy.
That's the one with the dog and the crystal.
Yes,
Oh.
the dog. So one of you guys told him that he shouldn't keep his dog in his Tesla once, right?
Yeah.
Somebody chided him. It's like, hey man, that's not cool. Even if it has dog mode, he shouldn't be in there. Well, that dog ran into traffic and died the next day.
You're lying.
Like the next day. So he was an awful pet owner. That was accurate. And then Cigar Guy did a bunch of other stuff.
No, we were literally like, bro, we should break into the car and take the dog.
Yeah. Well,
'Cause,
that dog bounded into traffic. Like, gone. So you were right. He was wrong.
I knew that was gonna happen. Something like that, because he wasn't treating him like so bad. He just put him in the car and like, all right.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Cigar Guy. He fled the state. He went to Florida, and he deleted all of his social media, changed his phone number. So yeah.
Are you serious?
Those are the kind of guys I bring around the house. You got to be careful. You guys are locking up at night, right?
Yeah.
This is my neighbor, by the way.
We love Danny, bro. But at least, bro, Noah moved.
What? No, moved out. Yeah. What do you think about that? Whack?
It was sad. It was pretty sad. He left like a note in my door. He was like, oh, it's my new address, my phone number, and all that. He was pretty cool.
That's creepy.
No, but he's cool, you know.
I don't know if he's cool. He left you his phone. Was there a heart doodle at the bottom of the note?
No, my dad was just like, oh, he's a pretty cool guy.
Yeah, he is a nice guy. He's cool.
He was proud of that he bought his own house.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he did. He did. I was gonna elaborate the financial details. I'm not gonna do that publicly. But yeah, he's a good guy. No,
Yeah.
super good guy.
What about, who's the other guy that lives with you?
Ben?
Yeah.
He's a little shady.
I don't think I've ever had a conversation.
Yeah, he stays up really, really late, picking at zits, cleaning the house, math. I'm joking. I'm slandering him.
Sometimes I'll be like in the kitchen and I see a bunch of random people just walking in my backyard. They're wearing like costumes. Sometimes they're wearing like costumes.
Those are definitely people coming on our podcast. That's not Ben. That's all me.
I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, dude. You can just
I'm waiting for like Adam to tweet.
He's coming. He said he's down to come to our podcast.
You're lying.
Yeah, he's coming, dude.
Danny, I gotta meet him. For real, I gotta meet him.
Okay.
I'm down. I'm so.
Okay. How does your dad feel that you idolize a pornographer and adult film star?
You know, I think he's pretty good, honestly.
Okay.
You know, just do what I want to do, you know?
Okay. Yeah, I mean, he's a successful businessman, Adam 22, so there's that to look up to. All right, boys.
All right.
We're going to jiu-jitsu practice, though.
You want to fry, Danny?
Trying to tempt me right now? I got to go perform athletically.
It's an olive branch.
All right. Now I'm ready to rock.
All right.
See,
Ow!
I didn't catch that. I turned to him.
Smacked my toe into the wall. All right, boys, later on. The whole purpose of this was supposed to be that I was going to piss secretively. You filming me do that makes it less secretive. But in a way, sort of not. You got to look you're not doing anything wrong. So, here's how it's going to go. Yeah, Ian, what's up, man? Absolutely. Okay, so at timestamp 1426, we have an unblurred nipple that needs to go. You got that? Yes, also, if you could color correct the introduction right now, that would be great. We need to get a little bit of mosaic, a little bit of titles. Right now, there's 2 standard Adobe Premiere Pro. Let's get some outside exported titles, spice the thing up a little bit, some generic YouTube library music during the sequence at 10:28, and then lastly, let's use that song by Moby to close the video. Yeah, off play. I don't care if it sucks, man. Think vibe. We need to create a viewing experience. Don't fuck this up or you're fired. I should have finished the piss and then finished the call, but otherwise that was perfect.
Still.
A trend I've been noticing recently, white guys dating Asian chicks. This is big. On my block, there's a 29-year-old white guy who walks a golden retriever, and he's got a hot Asian chick. We just saw one right out in front of the Mendocino Farms. I saw one this morning when I was going for a little walk. It's big. And Nico and I were talking about why that might be. Nico, what was your reasoning? Speak up.
I said it's like the Jewish people, where it's like they all generally come from good homes, good family, bonding, and somewhat financially stable.
Yeah, it's good breeding.
Yes.
But here's where I'm about to blow your mind with a theory. Dating a Jewish girl is like dating an English bulldog. Or it's like buying an English bulldog. You gotta get special wipes for the folds. Like, they have heart problems, you gotta make sure they're working out, the groomers, this and that, their ears. With a Jewish girl, you gotta learn about the fucking Torah. You gotta get dreidels for Hanukkah. There's like a bunch of weird holidays in the middle of fall you've never heard of. You know what Yom Kippur is, Nico? Like, what do you...
I had a day off of school. That's all I gave a shit
like,
about.
what if you date some girl who's got to celebrate Yom Kippur? What the fuck are you gonna do? And then you got to go back. Like, I love Adam Fu. My good buddy Adam Fu is Jewish, but I go to his house sometimes and they're celebrating Jewish holidays that like a white person just can't even wrap their head around. A white person meaning a Gentile. Like, there are fucking like 16 relatives around a table eating animals that I didn't know existed, saying words that might as well be from a fucking sci-fi movie. And you can't have that. It's too much for somebody like you and I, Nico. We're simple. Asian girls are like golden retrievers. The word golden is in the name. Good breeding, like you said, but they're friendly. They won't bite your kids. You can kind of half-ass raise them and they'll still potty train themselves and not bite you. An Asian chick, you don't need to convert to Asianism. You don't have to like be a Buddhist and start meditating or carrying around the tome of the Tao. You just bang them. And you just keep your income relatively high and they'll be happy. Asians, dude. Asians are the easier option for a simple white man versus Jewish girls. And I've tried both. My girlfriend right now is a quarter Chinese, and I dated a very Jewish girl when I was at UCLA. She broke my heart. Maybe I'm bitter. But yeah, she could like sing in Hebrew and shit. You know what it's like when a girl's singing in Hebrew?
I went to a double bar mitzvah when I was in 4th grade, and I had to sit through 3 hours of them talking just bullshit.
Oh, it's miserable.
Yeah,
it was all in Hebrew?
Yeah, because it was the part that not many people go to, but just good family. And most of my friends didn't show up to that and just skipped that part and waited for the fucking giant party after, which is what I should have done.
Yeah, a bunch of 13-year-olds partying their ass off. That sounds great.
Dude, we had Virgin Blue Hawaiians all night, bro.
Mm-hmm. I wish I could go to one of those these days. I'd have virgin young boys all night. LA's been around for 100 years in a meaningful sense. More than that. More than 100 years. But it's got a better 100 years, I'm willing to wager, than any other city. Better, I don't know.
In New York?
I'm trying to think if there's somewhere in, like New York, I think so. I'm trying to think if there's somewhere better in Europe that had like a better last century, but probably not. I mean, Berlin, England, they spent the last 100 years getting bombed. New York, yeah, it's blah, blah, blah. Wall Street, guys in top hats, JP Morgan, limousines, 9/11. Well, yeah, I guess that was the last 100 years. I was thinking century, like 2000 to 1900, but you're right. Generally, last 100 years. But LA, dude. I mean, fucking LA. That's like all I need to say. We had John Middlecoff, a football radio guy, on our podcast, the Leo and Danny Show, and him and I were texting after the show when I told him that, like, yeah, dude, LA's sweet. A famous rock or movie star has thrown up on basically every street you see. And that's something. Marlon Brando, they say, actually got blown behind that column. Johnny Rotten from The Clash, he throat fucked a chick up on that billboard. He climbed the ladder because he didn't have a place to go that night. See, I'm just making stuff up, but stuff like that is probably true. Like, if God could reveal to us the secrets of this intersection, I'm sure we'd hear some sort of gossip like that. I was listening to Dave Navarro on the Adam Carolla show, and he was talking about all the rock stars, like the dudes in Guns N' Roses and Metallica, who go to Runyon Canyon at 6 a.m. to run off their temptation to go back to drugs. That's sweet. Fucking Lars Ulrich isn't down in Orange County, like, running away his urge to relapse on heroin. He's doing it in L.A. You know?
Yeah.
It's better. It's better here. We got a 600 years. Fucking from Humphrey Bogart to... Who's the lead singer of Guns N' Roses? Axl Rose. To Axl Rose. To Lance Bass. To Caesar Milan, the dog guy. Look at this. We got this too.
Lance Bass, dude.
Yeah.
That example.
Oh my god.
The worst one out of the whole instinct tree.
At least that don't get me wrong, that was a pile of garbage, but at least it's such a wide sidewalk there you can still get by. There's one by my house that I walked by this morning where you can't use this one street because the tents completely cover the sidewalk. So the only way to walk by it is you have to walk into heavy traffic. Doesn't that seem like, Nico, shouldn't we be valuing the rights and the ease of living for the people who pay taxes?
Yes, you know, I'm a firm believer in that. I know not all homeless people are idiots, but get them the fuck out of where I pay to live.
Nico, I wonder if secretly you're more conservative than even Austin.
Definitely not. He's racist.
He's not racist.
I know, it's a joke. It's the joke.
He's the racist sound guy.
Alt-right Austin.
Yeah, I think he's relatively...
The racist is a joke. It's
yeah. He is the racist sound guy. That is the stereotype. All right, guys, we're headed up Fairfax. We decided it's going to be too long to get to downtown. We're not going to make it to class. So we're going to maybe cruise by Melrose Boulevard, which is the Hypebeast headquarters of Los Angeles. Welcome to the Melrose area. This is where the Hypebeasts live. We got golf, whatever that is. I don't know what any of this shit is. I just know it's way overpriced. And people waste entire days and mornings waiting in line to get the new item. A $900 t-shirt, a $4,000 pair of shoes, when they should be using that money to move out of their mother's basement. But they're not. Alas, they're coming here. Up here we have Supreme. We got Dooba-Dooba-Dooba-Dooboos. Black Star Burger. That's probably not a Hypebeast place. That's probably just like an Italian guy trying to make some money with some burgers.
Dolls Kill.
Let's get up here. There's like a chick with a shaved head. I just saw an Indian guy with a shirt that says "Stop being racist," which, like, what do they expect is gonna happen? Like, a guy's gonna be driving through here with his Chevy and his fucking Confederate flag flat bill hat, and he's gonna go, "Oh shucks, I've been doing life all wrong. I gotta stop being racist." But that's the hip kind of clothing articles you see around here on Melrose. To our right, we have Fairfax High School. This is where the Red Hot Chili Peppers went to school. Anthony Kiedis and Flea. I guess it's over here, actually. That's Fairfax High School.
Is that where they made the band?
I think it's where Flea and Anthony met, so sort of. Flea and Anthony are the two constants that have been in the band the whole time. They used to climb up, we'll see, right out front there's a sign that should say Fairfax High School that they would climb up on, and they'd rearrange the letters that would say, "Have a great Thanksgiving break," or "School resumes August 23rd. They would take those letters and they would talk about this one teacher who they hated sucking anus. Like, Mr. Peterson sucks anus would be just displayed on this billboard when everybody got to school in the morning, because they'd do it at 3 a.m. So we're pulling up. I'll show you Fairfax High School, and that's also, it happens to be right on Melrose Boulevard. Fairfax High School. Oh, it's electronic now. What a shame. You have to have programming chops. You need to befriend an Asian kid if you're going to pull that stunt now. Maybe he's got a sister you can date. So here we go. Fairfax High School, where the Red Hot Chili Peppers took off. And here's Melrose. T-shirts. It's really nuts. All of this real estate right here, where these clothing stores pop up. I'm gonna quote you figures right now. They're gonna sound insane, but they're true. I mean, it's probably $100,000 a month. Like, that's probably in the like $150,000 a month range for that rent. Oh yeah, for sure, dude. Mudflap's dad's coffee shop is like 32 grand a month in some random strip mall in Orange County. This real estate's got to be 100 grand minimum for one of these stores. And I don't know how. I think my theory is that it's like a chick who's behind a lot of these, like the women's ones, and she's just blowing a producer at DreamWorks to get him to pay for her clothing store. Because I just don't know how you can stay profitable on Melrose.
I did read that not a lot, but a lot of rich guys, their wives who don't do anything,
Yeah.
and they want to open up a boutique.
You just wanna film it?
They're the ones constantly paying, like, their
Yeah.
shop's failing, but
Yeah.
they know their wife is happy and she's out of the house.
Absolutely. Out of their hair. Yeah, so these people, it seems to be so exhausting, because it would be one thing if you buy a Hypebeast outfit and it's like a Rolex or a house that lasts you your whole life. But I think the problem with Hypebeasting is once you start Hypebeasting on Saturday night, then you kind of start itching for a Hypebeast outfit to go out with on Friday. And then Thursday. And then you don't even feel comfortable going to Starbucks on Monday without a Supreme hoodie and a golf pair of sweatpants. And then once you wear that outfit once to Starbucks, you're afraid the cute barista girl behind the counter already saw your threads. Ooh, now you gotta change it up. Now you gotta go to Oasis. Now you gotta go to Attitude. Now you gotta drop 3 grand for one outfit that you wear once, and you gotta have it stocked up for every day of the month. You gotta go to LA Iworks. You gotta go to Spitfire Girl. You gotta go to RCNSTRCT. Choose something we can pronounce, fucko.
It was like you reading off the, this is the JG-185 Power Hornet.
The airlines. They're the fighter jets.
Fighter jets.
I like, that was, you just improvised right there, Nico. You made up a fake name of a fighter and it was pretty good.
There you go.
That guy's Hypebeasted out. Oh, you gotta buy, I forgot about Hypebeast cars too. Like, you can't show up on Melrose without a Mercedes or a lowrider. No, no, no. You gotta come ready to play. You gotta come in case a street race, a drag race develops when you're leaving Melrose. You gotta be prepared for that. Guy in a $120,000 car right there, parked like a yard off the curb, just begging to get his shit dinged. Melrose, the Hypebeasting, I don't understand it. All right, guys, we're headed now to jiu-jitsu practice. We're gonna bring our phone in. It might just be one of my coaches who's pretty mellow. Maybe he'll let us film a little bit with our phones before jiu-jitsu gets underway. But I do try to keep my jiu-jitsu life separate from, my jiu-jitsu life is my personal life. I'll tell you every detail of every asshole I've ever licked, but I like to keep my jiu-jitsu life private. We'll see if we can film a little bit in there, though, a little bit with phones. If not, I'm sorry. We'll break down what Nico learned after the session.
heel hook though. That was a heel hook.
You were getting lazy.
I guess I was expecting like a straight ankle lock, but like the heel hook, you can't defend there.